Okay, crash bars time. Whoa. So these crash bars are from a company in Romania called Heavy Duties. Just the name Heavy Duties already says something, doesn't it? Just the name Heavy Duties is saying something. When you look up posts on Facebook where people ask about, you know, crash bars, which ones are the best, then Heavy Duties are usually mentioned by someone speaking very highly of them. I had been looking and studying different designs, you know, for a while, trying to make my mind up like what I thought was the best design out there, not just from a stability point of view, but also from an aesthetics point of view. You know, crash bars are quite prominent on the bike, and so they can beautify the bike. And I think that these, with their triple layer design that actually sits like so, even higher, like so. Yeah, I think these are epic. Look at that level of protection that my previous ones can't even come close. So, just look at this comparison. You can't compare it. It was more or less like this because this has a lower mounting point, whereas that sits higher up. So you just have way better protection with those. I think these are just gonna be a lot better. So yeah, goodbye. Yeah, this looks like a solid piece of kit. Powder coated and everything. Nice. The other thing they come with, you order these separately, is these sort of sliders that effectively you can put there. You know, I'll probably have one there, one at the bottom, I'm not too sure yet. Now attached to this one looks like the mounting rig. Whoa, look at that. That goes right through the frame of the bike. This is some nice piece of kit. I love it. And what do we have here? I've been studying the installation, the instructions. To be fair, I don't need these for the next part of the job. This is what's very exciting. The first piece of work that needs to happen is getting rid of the radiator hangers. Basically making space around the radiator mounting points to be able to put those rubberized brackets in. Basically these. So these puppies are gonna go behind that radiator mounting point. Okay. So the first bracket can now slide into place. Because this is proving difficult, I'm just gonna take that one out. Okay, there we go. So put the collar back in. Radiator fitted back, right? Let's do the other side. that one was what I just took off right there, and that really gives room to just slide this guy in. So I've taken off the whole cover just to make my life easier. Now the cover. That is part one. And now I've got to mount this plate there. Right? That's gonna sit like that against the frame. It's probably gonna be like that. Alright, so just to show what I've done, I've mounted these black rubberized pieces by getting rid of by just moving the radiator out of the way, undoing that bolt, and the bolt behind there, so that I could slide these blocks in. And now I've just put this plate on here. I haven't tightened it, but I just wanted to admire it. So next, the instructions say to undo the two bolts here that hold the oil cooler piping in place. And the reason it wants this is so that I can move the oil cooler out of the way. And to do that, I just have to get rid of one more. So oil cooler is pretty loose now. So basically we're gonna end up with something that looks like this. Like that. Alright, so I'm gonna undo the horn so that this can come and this can hang loose out of the way. And I'm going to undo these two frame bolts, which have nuts on the other side. Okay. I now have to go take this guy, and while the oil cooler is still out of the way, feed the long bolt there. That looks solid if you ask me. And now I can put the oil cooler back in position. Nice and tight, nice and tight. Nice, I love it. And now we're meant to cut right there. This center part folds forward and goes on the inside like so. Yeah, and then put the horn back on. Nice, and then we can get to the bars themselves. 1, 2. Yeah, I can see why it had to be cut. It would seem from here on the job is super easy. So on the exhaust side we are loosening that big boy over there, and then we are pushing this long brace through that. There's a hook, there's a pipe right there. to start bringing out these bad boys. Okay, so chain side. I love it. I love how this looks to fit. So I need to put my fairings back on now, and then I can finish the job.
The next day.
What's up, people? How's everyone doing? This is like day 5, I think, of Sherry Fat maintenance, and we're pretty much there, pretty much done. I'm just gonna put on the crash bars now. I did all of the hard work yesterday. Yeah, let me just show you guys basically what the hard work means for the crash bars, and then I'll film the installation of the bars themselves. So basically, yesterday's job, the first part of this installation is to get this, okay, and that bracket in place. That bracket, as you can see, requires those plastic backings to be inserted behind the radiator mount. So there's your radiator mount, and then you basically undo the radiators and you pull the radiator aside, and then you put the backing, this plastic, very hard plastic backing there, and you do the same on the other side, and then you can basically fix this plate up there. And with the bottom, you are effectively removing the frame bolt there. To do that, you just have to get the oil filter out of the way, which is pretty easy. You just undo those two, and then you can shift the oil filter out, and then you can slide the bolt through, and that's it. Once you've done these two, then to fit the actual bars is straightforward, because all you're doing then is removing this rather long bolt and using that as the mounting point. Right, so this becomes the mounting point for the crash bars themselves. Right, so now to finish the job, there's this last set of accessories, bolts, nuts, some kind of insert that I'm going to be using. I have this bad boy that goes through the frame mounting point right there. This is my original, and this is their one, and I guess it has to be longer because of the additional width of the crash bar that goes on either side. Okay, so we won't be using that. This, on inspecting the whole kit, this was a spare frame bolt that would have gone through there, and I don't need it because I've just reused my one, so I wouldn't be needing that. These 4 bolts are obviously for attaching the crash bars to those plates up front, 2 on each side, up and down. This belongs to the large brace that goes through the frame, and then this, pretty obvious what this is for. This is what will connect the top of the crash bar, like so. Yeah, let me get on with this now. Okay. Okay, one up there. Bingo. Look at that. Let's get the other side done. So it's actually quite an easy installation if I think about it. So now that's held in place, same rules apply. How is this looking? Put the bottom one in just for some support. So with a little bit of persuasion, I've been able to get these to sit. Okay. And now you. Oh no! Oh, no! I forgot. I'm supposed to put those two, I'm supposed to insert the thing up there. Annoying. All it means I have to take the top one off. So, yeah, by moving that, you see, I can just slide my guys in here. There I was, so keen. So keen to get the job done. But I didn't. There we go. Nice. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. The way this obviously works is that this screw is going to push the other side. It's going to push them apart inside and create the pressure to hold it on the inside. All right, let's finish this job once and for all. Nice. So now I can torque everything up. This is looking good. Okay, that's tight. Nice. Oh, that looks so good. I can't wait to admire this thing. Woohoo! I have never loved metal as much as I do right now. Wow. Look at this protection. Mad. And the beauty, ladies and gentlemen, is this. I can put my sprocket cover on and off without the crash bars interfering. And you have no idea how good how good that is. Well, you do. If you have those old style crash bars that I did, which bolt onto the foot peg, then you will really appreciate what I'm about to do. You will really appreciate how easy this is what I just did. I love them.